Good evening. Welcome to the Vital Football Podcast. You've got the writers from the Vital Network here tonight. Crippy with his tea and biscuits. We've got Liam writing for Everton, Crippy who does write for Man City, and the Leeds man himself, the man who has just been in the comments the last few weeks. We've got Andy. How are we doing, gents?
Good, cheers, Ash.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'm going to be a bit distracted tonight, obviously. I've got the match on.
Understandable.
But it's also because I'm watching it through like Sky Go. It's about 7 minutes behind. So reactions are not going to be in time. Right then, so here we go again. We've got some good stuff tonight, haven't we? We've got players retiring, managers getting jobs they shouldn't get, scores and whatnot, and Andy created a little game for us all, which is awesome. But first of all, let us start with the shit news. We lost a legend, an absolute legend of the game in Gianluca Vialli last week. Just after Pele as well, it's like, it's too much, man. Leave football alone.
Not even 60.
Nah, madness. Cancer's a bitch, man.
Yeah.
He was just class everywhere he went, wasn't he? I mean, I remember as a kid, but like a younger, just being in awe of him. I thought he was amazing. And then when he came to the Premier League, mint. So happy to see him in our league. Anyway, that is enough with depressing things. Let us move on to our score predictions from last week, which is equally depressing, especially if you're
Oh my God! Stay at that.
What the fuck happened, mate?
Right? Could I just say, I was feeling a little bit smug when City were playing Chelsea because I was like, oh, see, City don't look so good, but I wasn't right. Was I? They changed it in the second half.
I just realised you predicted the Sheffield Wednesday Newcastle game.
Yeah,
yeah. Absolute madness, man.
Oh my God! Stay at that.
Got the score and everything. I even put Jacks in there, make him feel good, make him feel part of the team.
Sheffield Wednesday are decent now. They are they're good under thingy. They don't look good. You know, they're not a good looking team football wise, but they're effective.
Well, so, yeah. It was effective on Saturday, yeah.
It so does,
Andy, you ran away with it, mate, with your 9 points. Followed by your buddy Jack, who was in your little booth with you last week. We know.
I've got mine wrote down here, so you can't accuse me of cheating.
We'll get onto that a bit later on. I don't even know if Jack's with us tonight. If he is, he's very quiet.
I don't know yet. I sent him a message. He's not replied. He might be playing football.
Excuses.
He plays football?
Yeah, he plays football before they do a podcast.
Is it one of those? Yeah. Sean Longstaff's just done a Chris Wood.
Wow, that's how far behind you are, right?
I mean, it was about the third replay there. But...
The game's finished for him.
Yeah, that was terrible. Right, let us start off with how good is Martinez as hype man? How is he getting this job? How is he getting the Portugal job?
His agent's a genius, isn't he?
He's so good. He's definitely got Bruce Buffer in his corner.
He's phenomenal. There you go.
Liam, you must be chuffed a bit, mate.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's phenomenal news for us. He loves to say the word phenomenal as well. Even though I can't say it but he loves to say that. He loved to say that word when he was in charge of us. But yeah, when I saw it on Twitter, maybe 2 weeks ago, that he was in Curry's and Wigan, and I was like, oh, for Christ's sake, get that. But yeah, whoever his agent is, I'll give him a pat on the back as well, because no, I have no chance would I want him back.
It's just the fact he went from Belgium and now he's gone to Portugal, and it's like, seriously, mate, who's
that's unheard of, isn't it?
How he falls forwards. I just don't understand. I don't understand it.
Yeah, failing upwards.
He did a good job at Wigan. Well, an okay job. He won the FA Cup, but they got relegated. Came to us. Yeah. First season was fantastic, and then that's when it just went downhill.
But he's been riding off that ever since, hasn't he? That one season at Everton, he's been where they legit were just right on the cusp of being a top. They were in the top six, weren't they?
Yeah, we finished fifth. We finished 72 points, and I think every single season since then that's been a top four. Yeah, 72 points, and it's just, of course, like the one season we do it as well. Even, I mean, we did battle it. We should have finished fourth that year, but Yeah, I just don't understand how he's got it, but yeah.
Off the back of a bad tournament too with Belgium. Like if you look just back and say, oh, okay, he hasn't lost many games in competitive tournaments, whatever, fine. But they were really bad in the World Cup. You know, they're
top players are all top of the FIFA rankings, and
I know
he still couldn't do anything with them. Crazy,
ridiculous. Like the golden generation of Belgium, and now we've got the golden generation of Portugal with Felix, Leal, Cancelo.
Yeah. Silva.
No, I don't know, Silva. Yeah.
And is Martinez really the best man? Like, were there teams clamming around to get Martinez that Portugal had to move that fast? Like they were going to miss out on a gem? I don't really think so. But it's unheard of, isn't it? Is it? I don't know if a manager's done that before, gone from a nation to a nation. You know, especially like a top nation as well, like that. I've not seen that happen. I don't know if my lifetime, whatever, but that seems mad, doesn't it? To go from Belgium to Portugal is huge.
Also, I just saw something while I was flipping around on Twitter just before we came on. Steven Gerrard has been linked with the Poland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Mike Cash will be happy.
I think he's found his level there, hasn't he?
He'd be livid. I tried to get away from him. He'd be stuck with him now.
Well, that's the same thing with Martinez.
Yeah.
When, he got announced as the manager of Belgium. We were playing United in a Rooney testimonial game. And they got announced, and they went to the stands, and Lukaku and Morales were stood talking, and they both started laughing. Are you joking?
God, can't get away.
That job. Yeah.
Tying nooses around their own necks. I think there's one thing that we can all agree on this week.
Yes, we can.
I mean, Jesus
Unless you're
Christ.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Just what sporty. I mean, Leeds, you're still in it, technically.
Yeah, just.
I mean, you made hard work of it, but at least you're still there, hanging on.
Cardiff, I told you about Cardiff. We always struggle against them for some reason. I don't know why.
Villa are garbage. We've been so bad for years, man. It's embarrassing. Really, like for a team of Villa's stature, consistently to get knocked out in the third round. I know.
We've done it for 5 or 6 years running. We've not been past the third round.
We're allergic to the third round.
7 years in a row, 7 seasons in a row, Villa have been knocked out in the third round. I've got it here. Wow. Stevenage, Man United, Liverpool, Fulham, Swansea, Peterborough, Tottenham, Man City. And that's Tottenham. So yeah, awful.
Yeah, but at least you've got Liverpool and Man U in there. We've got Histon and Crawley.
Histon?
Yeah, Histon. Can't you remember that?
No, I can't, thankfully.
Since we made the final in 2015 when we got panned by Arsenal, I actually went to that game. I was at Wembley. We've not gone further than the fourth round. So it became, it cursed us, I think.
I remember that FA Cup run because you beat Liverpool in the semis, didn't you?
We were class. And then I
remember I was watching with my uncle, who's a Liverpool fan. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna have these in the final." This, and I went, "You're not won yet."
Just out of nowhere. I know.
Grealish had the game of his life.
Yeah.
I was like, "My God!" And I was so happy when he's won because I was just sat there smug.
I think Tim Sherwood era as well, wasn't it?
I think it might have been actually. Yeah.
I think it was Timmy Sherwood did a madness. Tactics Tim. But yeah, then we got heckled on the tube on the way home by all the Arsenal fans. That was fun. Wearing all my Villa clobber like a knobhead.
What kind of team did Villa put out against Stevenage then?
Pretty good. More than enough to get a result. There are a few in there that aren't.
It's the Stevenage Twitter admin that was the best, wasn't he? Saying,
Coutinho,
so long was the Coutinho one at 1-0 down as well.
Yeah. But it's legit. Like, he's been terrible. And, we put out a team that should do... I know upsets happen all the time, but these are players that play at the Premier League level, and they fell way, way short.
It's like Newcastle's team. I mean, that team should have been enough to see off a League One opposition, but they were just dire.
But it's worse for you in a way, because obviously you've had a good season, and you would have felt that anyone that gets a chance to play would be well up for it, because they want to prove a point to the manager that they need more minutes in the Premier League. But yeah. The
worst thing for me was Elliot Anderson. I've been shouting for him to get a start.
Yeah, a lot of fans.
Finally gets one, and he's dog cock.
Yeah.
He missed that absolute sitter.
Yeah.
Wait, not as bad as fucking Chris Wood.
That one was a classic.
By the way, Andy, when you're taking him back to Leeds.
Hopefully we're not.
We should hurry up because Jesus Christ, he is not Premier League standard. Like,
his confidence has gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, unless it's a penalty, he can't score.
Yeah.
In fact, unless it's a penalty, he can't even ball. Stand the man.
Poor Chris.
See, at least like Liam, you can sort of sit there a little bit smug because at least you went out to Premier League opposition.
Well, no one expected us to get anything from that game.
No. They did it right, didn't they? For a bit.
Well, the 97th minute penalty, which, I mean, it was a 10 out of 10 dive, but, you know, I think we did all right considering, like, how bad we are. And I know it was offside, but millimetres. And I reckon if that second goal counts, I think we probably at least get a replay if we don't win.
Force the issue.
100%. I feel like
there's no VAR at yours, was there?
Oh no, VAR wasn't ours, but they flagged offside for Damari Gray.
That's...
Damari Gray, because it was a Premier League
that's
stadium.
Fucking annoying.
But, you know, United, Liverpool. Sorry, didn't matter for them, did it?
No, nothing matters for them. Or does it? Rules don't. Just merely suggestions.
Yeah.
But it's annoying that your game had VAR. For me, if there are games going on in that tournament that don't have VAR, then no VAR should be in play.
Yeah, it should be blanket across the board. Yeah,
same rules across the board.
I agree.
Obviously, it wouldn't have affected Newcastle much because, Chef Wade's first goal was offside, but I think ours was as well. So, but it still got beat 1.
That happened 2 years ago for us at Millwall. We lost 2-1, I think it was, or 3-2, and they had a goal that was offside, and then the winner that they got, the guy put it in with his arm. And I remember they put it on the big screen in the stadium, and the manager for Millwall kicking off, saying, "Get it off the screen, get it off."
Wow.
I'm saying,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
On field of VAR.
Shit. I can't disallow it because I'm not supposed to be looking at the TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Absolute madness.
Because in rugby, they always just showed, didn't they? You could see, all the fans could see it, what the ref would see, and it was just, it was completely transparent. But yeah, in football, because we weren't allowed to use that extra evidence until it came in. So embarrassing.
It's stupid. Like, I mean, I'm sticking by it. It's the way of the Premier League to fix games to how they want it. We saw it firsthand at Anfield.
We've seen it many times at Anfield.
Well, Salah's goal for his first one, he's offside, and Totti heads the ball because he's behind him. Well, if he leaves it, he flags offside. If he doesn't, he's given a goal. And then the winner gets flagged off for outside, even though he was on.
Yeah, the interference thing's going to be
because
a problem,
they had no camera angle. You're telling me in a Premier League stadium which got hundreds of camera angles, they couldn't see one that shows them on side? It's a joke.
Well, how come they use Hawkeye's type stuff sometimes as well, which generates a 3D model of where everything is?
Yeah. Like tennis. I use in tennis, yeah.
They should use the offside thing that they did at the World Cup. There's no complaints then.
Yeah.
Every offside at the World Cup, you could he might be like millimeters, but at least we can see it.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Whereas now when they're drawing the lines, it's like, what am I looking at?
It's always the line is the line.
The line is what's pissing most people off.
It's where it's at Anfield as well because they've got no big screen, have they? So nobody knows what's going on either.
No, it's just
still not got a screen. I thought every ground had to have one now.
No, Liverpool's not. I don't think Old Trafford's got one either.
Oh, what a shock!
Because they've filled it all in, haven't they?
That seems by design, doesn't it?
Weird that it's those two grounds.
Interesting, yeah. They're not short of a few bob, are they? So what's the excuse?
Let's keep the conspiracy flowing. Tell you what, Newcastle are passing the ball around amazing tonight. Just no finish. He says, no. Never mind.
Just out of curiosity, what minute are you in, Ash? Just so I know.
12 and a half.
Right, so I'm like about 55 seconds ahead of you. So this should be
try not to give it away.
I'm deliberately not watching. I'm watching the match. I'm using my autism as a fucking excuse.
Mine's on 18 minutes and you're 2-0 down.
That would have been funny, but if they just scored then.
Right then, what else has happened this week? We lost another player in a way, sort of. He's still around, but
mixed response, wasn't it, to that news as well? Some people are quite mad, some people are lauding him, and then the debate of the greatest British player came up. So it's been an interesting couple of days after that.
Yeah, if he was that great, he wouldn't be retiring at 33.
It seems mad. Well, in my opinion, his career ended at 30, didn't it? Really?
I was going to say, yeah, he retired.
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago,
Baffling, absolutely baffling.
I said yes, that he'll be on the PGA Tour next year.
Yeah, probably wants to be the pro AM, isn't it? Pro Am tournament kind of thing.
Yeah,
Well, that's Wales with no chance for another 10 years, isn't it?
well, yeah, he's
He
screwed
didn't
them.
turn up, did he? He scored that penalty, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, 33 is no age to retire in this day and age. But
And it's the sad thing is for me, it felt like I don't know that he lost his love for football quite early because I don't know if he's had the life sucked out of him at Real Madrid, but you could see that he sort of stopped trying because he wasn't playing and he wasn't injured, but he just wasn't fit. So that means then he's not training hard, is he? He's not keeping himself in shape. And then I think Ancelotti was like, "Well, can't really play him. We can't sell him yet. We're trying to get rid of him."
what's the point of you?
Yeah, you've got a player there that's a valuable asset, but yet you can't use them. So, yeah, I think Real Madrid fans are probably mixed about Bale's legacy. Obviously, the British media are saying that he was the greatest ever player alive and that he was amazing at Real. It's like he was for a few years, but there was a lot of years there in activity where he was a pretty bad servant for them. So I can see both sides of the argument with Bale. I did like him, and I appreciate what he did. We finally had someone from Britain that did it in Spain, like with Lineker and stuff in the past. So that was cool. But yeah, it feels way too young to be retiring.
What's your favourite Gareth Bale moment?
Oh, it's got to be the Bicey. Got to be that Bicey.
Yeah.
Oh, and the goal against West Ham as well. He smashed it in from outside the box. He literally just thought, I'm Gareth Bale. Turns, smashes it top corner, and then he runs to Villas-Boas and they start celebrating. I was like, yep, you're class. It was just like a moment where he realised I'm the best player on the pitch and they need me to score. So he did just that.
He just woke up and had a goal.
He just had a mad year, didn't he? That year before he left in the Premier League, it was just like he could hit the ball from anywhere and he would score. And it was like, bloody hell, fair play.
He's definitely the best player that the Premier League's ever seen that looks like a character from Super Monkey Ball.
Second to Martin Keown.
That prick. Oh, he was boiling my piss at the weekend.
Yeah.
Reveling in Newcastle getting beat. He was absolutely loving it.
He was what?
He was absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
He was just doing my fucking Sweden. But never mind.
Where does Bale rank for you guys then? When it comes to the best British player?
Oh, he's up there.
I think it's a fair shot, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for all that, his heart wasn't in it for the last couple of years. Everything he did before that doesn't get erased because his attitude changed.
Exactly, yeah.
Same like Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Everything he's done is still mint. He's just a prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think dragging Wales from where they were also is something that not a lot of players have done. Because Wales are pretty bad without him. And then with him, they look to force. Reached the semi-finals of the Euros, wasn't it? When we got knocked out earlier. Yeah, it's impressive. Yeah. It is impressive.
Yeah, he's got to be in the conversation.
So.
With Scalzi.
Which
brings us on to Andy's fun little game.
Yes.
Do you want to explain the rules, Andy? This is your doing.
I just challenged everyone to pick a Premiership team of all the best players, but you're not allowed to have duplicate teams. Only one from your own club. But you could also pick somebody who's had spells at different clubs, if that makes sense. So you could have, say, a Joe Cole when he played for Liverpool rather than when he played at West Ham, or vice versa.
Yeah. And it was 4-4-2.
A 4-4-2, yeah, if you could. Although Liam's already mixed it up.
No, I've gone with a 4-4-2. It's set as a 4-4-2.
He's been playing fast and loose with all the rules.
Like the wingers I've got barely wing. Like this team defensively is suspect. It's just so attacking.
The thing is, you pick a player and you think, oh, that's that whole team screwed now, and then you think all the other players for that team. You think, oh, I wish I'd have picked him.
I know.
Who wants to go first then?
We do position by position, yeah. So we just do goalkeeper first and go around.
Yeah, you can do.
We
Yeah,
do that. I do have a visual representation of mine, but then that gives the whole team away. So
Yeah.
I'll find my list. Liam, kick us off with your goalkeeper, Bonnie lad.
So I think I've got the best goalkeeper here, and I'm being dead serious. Fulham, Edwin van der Sar.
Yeah. Snap.
Good shout.
Snap.
good shout.
Yeah.
Damn good shout. In
That's
fact,
such a good pick because he was brilliant at Fulham as well.
Yeah,
that would have solved me right back problem if I thought of that.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well done, Liam. Great minds.
Crippy, you said you've got the same, yeah?
I've got the same. I've got proof here. This is countdown. It's all on the laptop, all right? I've got my work in.
Andy, who's yours?
I went for the human starfish, Michael.
Same as me.
So I was going to go for Cash Michael at first.
Wouldn't have been a bad shout.
I would also have been a good shout, yeah.
Edwin van der Sar.
I'm gutted about Edward van der Sar because, like I said, that really would have sorted me right back problem out. Because now, obviously, I can't use Man United. I would have had Gary Neville.
Yeah.
I've got Peter Schmeichel. So, right backs. This is where I think we all struggled, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm quite pleased with mine now.
Go on then, Crippy.
So this is why being versatile with writing benefits, because I covered West Brom, and West Brom had Branislav Ivanovic for a season. So I'm going to stick him in as right back, and I think that he wasn't great, but you didn't say that. It's about his Premier League legacy. No. So shut your mouths.
It's your favourite player, so whether you pick.
See, I've gone with whether they were good for the club that you had to
No, I'm cheating, Ash. You can be honest, Ash, I'm cheating. All right. And he was pretty bad at West Brom. He was part of the legacy that took them down because they just signed some old boys that it was awful. But great player.
That's another player I could have had in. I could have had Cantona for Leeds. God damn it. Liam, who's your right back?
Kieran Trippier for Burnley.
Oh, clever! That's clever.
Well
that's good.
Andy, who's yours?
I went for Zabaleta.
Yeah.
Good shout. I went for, and like I said, I'm quite happy with 10 of my team. This is the one.
Gary Kelly. Stephen Carr. Danny Simpson.
Stephen Carr was in the conversation, but I have got Tottenham represented later on. Danny Simpson, when he was at Leicester, he won the title.
Yeah,
must have been.
I know. Yeah, so did Victor Moses at right back as well. Let's talk about that.
That's another good shout. We'll go over to left back. Now I've gone with Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
I can't stand the man, but there's no denying he was a hell of a footballer. Andy, who's yours?
In the Premiership, I had two favourite free kick takers at left back. One was Ian Hart.
Yes.
But I didn't go for him. I went for my second best free kick taker, and it's Everton's Leighton Baines.
Yeah.
The best left back in the Premier League.
Got him as well. I got Bainesy.
Not even joking.
Easy pick, Bainesy.
Scored a worldie for United as well, by the way. You're going to see it in about 20 seconds, Ash. But Leighton Baines for me. Anthony's just scored a worldie for Man United.
Oh, are they going to show it on here?
Yeah.
Mid. So you've all gone Leighton Baines?
Yeah, brilliant player.
Why didn't I think of Leighton Baines?
Absolutely brilliant player.
I mean, the fact that, as much as I hate the guy, Andy Robertson has only just beaten his all-time Premier League assist record for a defender. Leighton Baines had Jermaine Beckford up front, Victor Anichebe, James Vaughan, Yakubu as much as he was good, but these are all injury-prone players. Louis Saha, if he had Salah and Mane in the box, my God, the assist he would have.
Baines was on the cusp of moving up as well, wasn't he?
No,
I think United looked at him for a bit.
Could have.
Very close, but yeah, Baines was an easy pick for me too.
Yeah, I feel like a bit of an idiot for not thinking of Leighton Baines. It was only the other day that Liam, you took the distinct pleasure in showing us that free kick again. Yeah. Can't believe it wasn't even in my mind at all. Centre backs. Schmeichel was mine. First name on. First thought no one's getting past it. So What's your central defenders looking like? Crippy.
Andy, who am I going to pick?
Is he a Leeds player?
Yeah, come on. Who's it going to be?
I've got a Leeds player as well.
I've got a Leeds player.
I'll tell you one of my centre backs is a Leeds player, and that's Radaby.
Oh, I went for Rio. Radaby deserves respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rio Ferdinand I went for Ash.
Yeah, it looks like Liam's nodding in agreement.
Yeah.
Ferdinand.
God, that Leeds team, man. Oh, God, they were so good.
Yeah, that was an ace team.
Just a dream team, wasn't it?
I went Johnny Woodgate.
Yeah.
Another one. Yeah.
You could have had like Middlesbrough one though.
Yeah, true.
Other centre back.
I got Vertonghen for Spurs.
I like Vertonghen. Good shout. Cripstopher.
Sol Campbell.
So
very English leaning.
Spurs or Tottenham?
Oh, Arsenal.
Spurs
Sol
or
Campbell of Arsenal. Spurs or Tottenham. Yeah, Sol Campbell of Arsenal.
Who's going to win this group? Andy, who was yours?
I used my Chelsea pick and went for Terry.
Yeah.
Terry's a good shout. I went with Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
I might regret that one in the end because it left me midfield a little bit weaker than I wanted, but still, Virgil van Dijk. Right then, on to midfield. Right wing, Liam.
The best player, one of the best players like to play football in the Premier League. So good they named him twice.
Ooh.
JJ Okocha.
Ooh.
Come on.
Star boy.
I'm just dumbfounded because that's who I've got to know.
Wow.
Is it?
I seriously got JJ Okocha, yeah. And obviously I can prove it to you because I've got the thing loaded up for later on. But I went with JJ. I wanted some flair in my team.
He was just so good to watch play.
Yeah,
I remember we did the rainbow flick against Arsenal on the touchline. That was just so good. That
we've just never seen it before, had we, in the Premier League? And he was a highlights reel.
And that's when I was like,
I'd gone left
football as well.
Yeah, that was a great era for football because obviously Arsenal were sexy with Thierry Henry and that kind of era, and then JJ Okocha was online. It was a great time to watch football.
Ivan Campo and
Djorkaeff.
Yeah, who was the centre back though? They had Salgado.
Yeah, right back.
But they had Piero at centre back as well. Stelios Yiannakopoulos.
Oh, Stelios.
Anelka. Look at that Bolton team, jeez.
Was Allardyce, wasn't it?
How far Bolton fell, isn't it?
I know.
Right, so me and Liam both got JJ. Andy, have you got?
I went for someone where he didn't really play much on the right. He was not classed as a right midfielder, but I just picked sort of four midfielders, and I went for Letitia.
Ooh,
nice. He's a total clampet now, but another.
Oh God, he'll be doing David Icke, I think, won't he? I went. He's not technically a right winger, but Ronaldo.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he could play there.
He could play on either. Yeah.
He could play anywhere, couldn't he? Left, Liam.
Thierry Henry.
Good shout. Damn good shout.
Hold on, I got Liam. Hold on. Liam, I got beef with that one. That's a bit sneaky, isn't it? Thierry Henry on the left.
Well, so when he was signed for Arsenal, what position was he signed for?
Well, he was totally brought in as a left winger.
Yeah, he wasn't very good though, was he? That's sneaky from Liam. Just I want that noted down. Put an asterisk by that one. Sneaky. Let the viewers vote if they'll allow that. Jack, where's Jack? Jack, can you have that or not?
Jack the umpire.
Yeah, we need an adjudicator that's not part of the pod.
I'm pretty sure Jack wouldn't exactly be impartial, would he?
No, that's true.
Liam's new nickname, Liam Loophole.
Yeah, Liam Loophole, sneaky Lee.
Doesn't do rules, he just does suggestions. Has anyone else revealed theirs? I'm lost after.
No, go on, you
go.
Yeah. The fume took over everything. It's Gareth Bale for me.
Yeah.
Yep, same here. Same.
Yeah.
What, Southampton or Tottenham?
Tottenham Bale, when they pushed him forward and he just couldn't stop scoring.
Harry Redknapp. I went for Hazard.
That's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, you boys are worried now, aren't you? My team's good. My team's good.
It's not a bad one. Not a bad one. And who are your centre mids then, gentlemen? Start with Andy.
Gerrard for me.
That was kind of why I wish I didn't have Van Dijk.
Yeah, same here as well, Gerrard.
And also I wish I didn't have Schmeichel, so I could have Scholes. But,
Yeah.
These are the rules, Liam.
He was never picking Stevie, is he? No way. No way. He would die rather than pick Stevie.
Because I've actually thought about mine proper. So on one side of centre mid, I've got one of the best players I've ever seen play football, Claude Makelele.
Yeah.
Yeah, class.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
It was between him and Kante, but Makelele made that role first. And next to him, I'm still undecided. There's De Bruyne or David Silva.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with De Bruyne because he's still playing now in the Prem. Sorry.
Yeah.
David Silva's got a statue though.
Kante.
He does. David Silva is one of the best players I've ever seen, but De Bruyne is just, don't know. You can use both feet, can't he?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, De Bruyne. Crippy, who are yours?
Gerrard and De Bruyne.
Excellent. You already gave one, Andy. Who's the other one?
Yeah, my other midfield other one is Kante, but Leicester's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, clever.
Actually. Yeah. Well, I've got Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
Animal and West Ham, Joe Cole.
Yeah.
Again,
Well, I was toying with Kante or Yaya Toure. That's why
Joe
I was going to
Cole?
go.
Yeah.
I just always like Joe Cole.
Hang on, you're kicking off at me. Henri at left mid. Joe Cole didn't play centre mid.
He's a bit more of a cam than anything, yeah.
Did.
Bit sneaky from both you two there.
In the 4-4-2.
I didn't read the 4-4-2.
What's Mike? I didn't pick the formation. Right then, who's sticking them in the onion bag for you then, Liam?
Rooney.
Yeah. The Everton connection.
Like, no, without bias side, he's got to be the best English player of all time. Not even joking.
Michael Owen, but yeah.
Shit all over Michael Owen. No, he does. Wayne Rooney, 18 years old, one of the best players. I think he was the best player in the world. Like, not even joking. And next to him, you can't have a Premier League 11 without the top goal scorer, can you? Let's be honest. So,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Crippy, who are yours?
Yeah, I went Shearer of Newcastle, but you can say Blackburn, I guess, and then Kane of Tottenham.
Kane's a good one. Yeah.
He gets so much disrespect, man. I tell you, when it comes to scoring goals, I think he's got like 15 in the Premier League this season again, like quietly doing class, but.
Yeah, he's reached the club level. He's just, I don't know, it's a spotlight in England. He becomes more of a liability.
Well, his role has changed a bit, hasn't it? So, yeah, it takes away from his out-and-out goal scoring, I admit that.
Who's yours, Andy?
I had three, but obviously I had to narrow it down. I was going to pick Fowler, but I went for Henri and Shearer.
Yeah, obviously I've got Shearer as well, and I've gone with Erling Haaland.
No?
Just because time's going to tell, he's just going to be an absolute animal, isn't he?
He's a machine already, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So I thought I'd go with one from modern times.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun little thing, that man, just to prove I did have JJ Okocha. There he is. But that was, I enjoyed that, Andy. Good one.
Yeah, did you notice anything in my team?
There was no Everton players. Apart from Rooney.
No Liverpool players.
No Liverpool players, yeah.
I knew you would.
Managed to avoid Liverpool.
Yeah.
No, I didn't manage to avoid them. I chose
What coincidence.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, my right back at the end was going to be Steve Finnan because it was the only person I could think of.
I almost had Steve Finnan at one point. He did play for Fulham, didn't he? So
yeah.
And Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Not all Pompey again. I saw. I'm not as happy with mine now. Now that I've heard yours, you've ruined it. Anyway, we've got a bit of an internet celebrity amongst us at the minute, haven't we, Crippy?
Yeah.
Mr. T and Biscuits. So we'll play the clip. Cast your peepers on this. Keep your eye out for Crippy. It's 19 seconds of pure genius. Right then, Crippy, what the hell's going on, Bonnie lad?
So, oh, good lord. So, I play for Quesley Wanderers, and we were playing against a team called Gala Wilton, who are quite local to us. So it's kind of like a local derby, sort of. But they're top of the table. They're high flying. They expected to run us over, and we played really well. We were 4-2 up, bottled it, and it was 4-4 with about 50 minutes to go. They couldn't get anything together all game, really, but they were starting to turn it and they were getting on top. They'd missed a penalty to go 5-4 up. So it was still 4-4. We thought, oh, come on, lads, let's dig in here. And then they scored that goal. So they all charged to the corner flag to celebrate with the player. And as they ran past our dugout, my now former manager took a swing, didn't really catch the guy he meant to. And then the other guy behind responded by sort of like running into him. And then they both fell over. I went in to try and stop my manager getting a kick in because they're quite big boys. But I didn't really fancy getting a kick in myself. I was like, oh, God, as they were sort of either side of me. But luckily, I'm amazed really that they'd calmed down quick enough to not retaliate, because that could have caused a mass brawl, really. That kind of stuff. The tensions are high. But, our manager's resigned since then. And obviously he's gone off Twitter to avoid... It's blown up a bit, that video. So yeah,
it's become a national incident.
Yeah,
the league shit's become a national.
We were told not to give comments to the local media. So yeah.
Oh man, it's absolutely outstanding. It's absolutely doing bits online as well, isn't it?
Oh god, it hurts because like I said, we lost the game. So we all felt his pain, and we all sort of agreed that his passion was misdirected, but it came from a good place. Out of frustration,
he's right.
Out of frustration of the result, but my God, we can't defend that. Yeah, so that was a tough Saturday.
Sorry, there's just a mad game of head tennis going on in the 6-yard box 5 minutes ago.
The best thing about that clip is the guy in the pink bib. Like, he's a big I am. And then all of a sudden he's hiding behind everyone. Press play again. Play again. Watch the thing.
Watch it again.
That's it. Liam's got a point.
Circle around the outside.
Like he's got two walls.
Yeah, Liam's got a point.
Arms, and then all of a sudden, everyone else is there. He's just walking behind the back. It's like, come on, mate, make your mind up.
Also, the funniest thing about that clip is our assistant manager, who does not move throughout the whole incident.
Oh, is he the one that actually sat there like that?
He sat there just watching it, and I don't think he realizes what's happened. Because we had to explain to him afterwards what had happened. He's like, "Really?" I'm like, yeah. So what were you watching? He's sort of stood there, like, not reacting to it. I don't know if he's just lost, like, I think he was just annoyed at the fact they'd scored, so his brain is switched off. But he's just standing there, unmoved by all of that. Right as the melee happened.
Going, new job for me tomorrow. The big promotion.
Well, he is now in charge, so that is true.
Yeah. There you go. He's not as daft as he looks.
I know, but yeah, that's not a lot of fun when you're putting yourself in the middle of a lot of angry men there. And I was like, I could get hit here quite easily. It's just a flailing arm from somebody. So yeah, I'm glad they didn't kick off.
Straight on the scene, huh?
Yeah, just to save my manager, really. He was on the floor, and I was like, "You're a sitting duck here, mate." So yeah,
absolutely.
Theory, mate.
Right,
forget that in a hurry.
Got one more thing on the list before we move on to score predictions, and that is one of the weirdest transfers stories that's kicking about at the minute. Wout Weghorst to Man United. This guy he's getting about a bit. Considering he was like absolutely dire at Burnley, and now he's off to Man United potentially. I mean, I don't know. What are you lads' thoughts on it?
His only blotches at Burnley. You look at his goal record. So as weird as it is, because I know it's weird to think a 30-year-old from Burnley, whatever. But yeah, he actually is a good striker when it comes to his goal record, and he can hold the ball up. That's what United need. United have got too many forwards that are more about running in behind defenders. They need someone that you can ping the ball to, and they can just play off him. So Weghorst makes some sense in that regard. And if you look at his goal record, you'd say fair enough. Forget the Burnley period. Everything else has been pretty much a goal every other game, maybe a goal every 3 games kind of thing. So it's not bad at all.
I always fancied him when he first sort of appeared on the scene for like the Dutch side. I just thought Newcastle should have looked into him, and then obviously we got Chris Wood, and Burnley went and filled the gap with Weghorst, and I was like, we've done the wrong deal here.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't click for him. So
it worried me when he started for Burnley, because when they signed in, they went on that little run, didn't they, last season, where they won 3 or 4 in a row, and they were closing the gap on everyone around them. It was like, oh god, here we go. Dyche has done it again.
Bloody Dyche, the bastard.
I think for a loan, it's not bad, is it? It's not, they're not committing a lot financially.
It's really worth a shot.
Yeah,
I think if I was Besiktas, I'd be kicking off. I just wouldn't allow it.
I know.
I wouldn't allow it. Got a contract.
Yeah. It's an odd one.
He's done well at Besiktas as well.
They're getting paid $3 million to cancel his contract short, but it's a joke, really.
It makes the contract pointless, doesn't it? If you can just break it that easily, it's like what? Yeah. There's no protection, is there, with a contract?
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's annoying because he's the sort of player that we could easily go for. But Everton and transfers this year is just pathetic anyway. So still not signed anyone. We're 10 days in.
Well, no, there's Newcastle. Well,
we're just getting a left back.
I did see something the other day about Everton, and that was Dele Alli.
We don't want him back.
Everton don't want him. The Besiktas don't want him.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. He's under a contract. They've got to honour him. So that's the thing with Besiktas, isn't it? Like, hang on. So you don't want Dele Alli, but you want the other one. So
that's their punishment.
Contract that he's happy with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there anything happening on the transfer front on your side, Leeds or Villa?
We've just brought in that Maximilian Vober, haven't we? The sort of centre-back / left-back, and they're after that Rutter from Hoffenheim. That's going to be going through in the next few days, I reckon, the striker.
He's a striker, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to break our record, apparently, 37 million it's going to be.
Oh, wow.
And they only paid 750k for him a year and a half ago, apparently. I also see online today, apparently, that Barcelona are listening to offers for Rafinha.
Already?
Yeah, ready to sell him. So hopefully we get the cash out and bring him back.
Yeah, might as well.
Eddie Howe plays football manager, doesn't he?
Aye.
Is it Makuku?
There he is.
He rocks up now and we're about finished, but
Yeah, Newcastle signing that Dortmund like wonder kid.
I'm not so sure about that one.
There must be something up because he was meant for greatness. That Makuku or something, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, serious.
There's something doing the rounds at the minute that they've offered like a verbal contract for him to come to Newcastle when his Dortmund contract expires in the summer, 150 grand a week. But it came from the Standard, and the first line is oil-rich Newcastle. So it just suggests to me that it's like, right, we've got a player who's demanding a shitload of money who can afford him. Yeah. Newcastle, bam, there you go, there's your story.
Quick journalism.
Just pure lazy journalism.
He's 18 years old. He's played 40, no, in fact, he's probably played more than 50 games. Yeah, he's played like nearly 60 games for Dortmund. He's 18 years old. He's already played for Germany as well.
Yeah,
the boy's got a future ahead of him. 44
appearances for Dortmund and 11 goals.
Yeah.
He's a damn good player, but
really good.
I just don't believe the story. Jack, he was late, wasn't he? So he wouldn't have seen that he came second in the scores there.
Oh, don't tell him that.
I'll give him a proper man's head.
You want to kick one of us off now? Probably me. I did the worst, didn't I?
Well, after that performance, yeah. Okay, now. Right, that brings us on to this week's. We'll kick off with the 2 Carabao Cup ties that are played tomorrow because I put them on the list, so we might as well. Forest versus Wolves. Liam, kick us off.
Wolves 2-1.
You've got Wolves, all right. Crippy, who have you got?
This is one of those games where I don't think either team's good enough to win, but obviously it's a cup game. Will it go to penalties, or there's no replays?
Yeah, straight to penalties.
Straight to penalties,
yeah. I'll say Forest via penalties.
Good shout. Andy?
I went 1-0.
Yeah.
Who's going to nick it then on the penalties?
Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got Forest winning 2-0. I've got a funny little feeling in my stomach. Southampton and Man City is the other quarter-final. Andy, what have you got?
If this is anything less than 4-0 to City, I'll be surprised. I've gone 4-0.
Yeah.
Oh, I've gone 3-0 City. Crippy?
Yeah, I'll go 3-0 City. I think Southampton is a distraction, isn't it? Oh, God, 6.
6?
I mean, they put 4 past Chelsea.
True,
yeah.
Chelsea's curious, but, you know.
Yeah, and Southampton. Jesus.
Their defence ain't great.
Just woeful. Friday, we've got no, that's not the one.
Me versus Andy.
Thursday, Fulham and Chelsea first.
Oh, yeah. Got excited.
You're excited?
I got excited. I got too keen, Ash.
Yeah, I read the list wrong, and then it's fine. Professionals, we can cope with this. Right then, Fulham, Chelsea, Liam, what's happening, son?
Potter's in trouble, isn't he? Potter's in
big trouble. Big trouble.
Struggling.
Marco Silva's going to do the business again. I'm going to go 2-1 Fulham.
Ooh, Criffy.
See, obviously, I went for Chelsea to beat City because of form, but it's tough. They're both West London, aren't they? So it's like the away game thing. I don't think is as big a deal. So I'll say 2-1 Chelsea.
Andy.
I've gone 2-1 Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
I've gone 3-1 Chelsea. I just think Chelsea's one of those teams that they'll batter somebody eventually.
They have to. They literally have to, don't they? If they don't, Potter's like, this could be. I know people think he'll get time, but he won't. If they're not winning games, he won't. We've seen it. Every manager, we've always said, "Oh no, it's a project." They don't. If they don't get the results, they go. So it has to be now or in the next couple of weeks, or he's in big trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Right then, Friday. Now it's Andy versus Chris.
Come on then, Andy.
Liam, what have you got? We'll come to these two last.
When are you signing the striker?
Supposedly in the next 48 hours.
He's going to score 2-0.
2-0 lead. I am being diplomatic as fuck, and I've gone 2-2.
Yeah.
So come on, boys, fight it out.
Friday night under the lights.
I'll go 2-1 Villa.
I've gone 2-1 to us.
Ooh.
And I never back us, and I've for some reason I have.
Yeah.
I'm just going on that Stevenage result.
I know. Oh God, I know.
We're all over the map tonight.
Getting so many penalties over that game.
Jack's on a satellite delay. Who is next?
Manchester Derby.
Oh yeah,
the Manchester Derby. Go on then, Andy. How are you seeing this one?
I've gone for Man City to win 3-1.
Gone for a battering. Mr. Diplomatic?
2-1 Man United.
Man United?
Yeah.
Come with the home advantage. Liam, how about you?
3-2 United.
Oh, God. I've gone 2-1 City.
If it's 1-1, I'm going to be annoyed.
If United win this, are they in the title race?
They've got to be in the conversation. If people are counting Newcastle as in the title race,
then
Man City are as well. Man United, sorry.
They're only 4 points off
Definitely
City, to be fair. So you could say
Like I say, if Newcastle's in the conversation, Man United are in the conversation as well. Simple as that. Why aren't these buttons working when I click them?
And obviously, I cover City for work, and I think there's a chance they can be beaten. They're not quite 100% at the moment, and Pep doesn't really know his best team yet. So I think there's a chance.
Something is a bit off with them. Mm-hmm. It's fun to watch. Brighton, Liverpool. Our resident Liverpool expert Liam, kick us off.
3-3.
3-3.
Wow.
That is
same
bold,
score.
My friend.
Same score as Anfield.
Yeah.
3-3.
That is bold. Crippy, what are your thoughts?
I've gone 1-1. When you think of how close the teams around the table, Brighton have home advantage. It should be advantage them, but you never know, do you? I'll go 1-1, but I'll be annoyed if Liverpool just put Brighton to bed. But we'll see. 1-1.
1-1. Andy?
I've gone Brighton to win 2-1 purely because Liverpool are just 1 week they turn up and the next week they don't.
Yeah,
they are very hit and miss.
Away from home, they're bad as well.
Yeah, I've got them on a hit week. I've got them winning 2-1.
Okay.
But like I say, it just could go either way. It's one of those fixtures. Liverpool are just all over the map. Everton, Southampton. I'll kick us off 0-0.
Imagine they have to win. They have to win. They have to win.
But I don't know. It's Everton. They don't do what you want them to do.
No.
Telling me.
So, Andy, what's yours?
I've gone for Everton to win 1-0.
Just sneaking it there.
A scrappy 1-0. There's going to be scraps all over. Red cards. It's going to be 1-0.
And Crippy, what about you?
2-1 Everton. They have to win, or Lampard's could be kicked out that night.
Toast.
Yeah.
And finally, Liam.
3-0 Everton.
Wow.
Comfortable.
He's going big tonight. Forest versus Leicester. Crippy.
Little Midlands derby there.
Another one, have we?
Got two.
I reckon that'll be a draw. Leicester are pretty bad at the moment.
Double 2-1.
1-1.
Miles away. Sorry, Crippy, I didn't hear a word of that.
Sorry, 1-1 Forest Leicester.
Yeah. Liam, what have you got for this one?
1-0 Leicester. Jamie Vardy's going to score, and his celebration is going to be like chopping down a tree or something like that.
And then he throws his back out and he's gone for the season. Because he's 90.
Yeah.
Andy?
I've done Leicester to win 2-1.
Oh, I've got Forest winning 1-0.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's all this Forest slander going on? They bucked their ideas up at home.
Yeah, I think Forest are doing all right, and Leicester are pap at the minute. So shouldn't have said that. There's 45 minutes to go in the game against Leicester tonight.
And also, my predictions have been garbage for like 3 weeks, so I can share that. I can't say a word, to be fair.
I know you started off this so strong when we started doing it, and now
I'm a fraud.
Wouldn't listen to a word you said.
I know.
Right, Forest Leicester's done. Chelsea Palace, another London derby. Andy, what we got?
2-1 to Chelsea.
Have I just missed about 20 fixtures?
I think you've missed
2, haven't I?
Yeah, the West Ham game and the Brentford Bournemouth game.
That's it, yeah.
Where the
Wolves West Ham.
Right, well, I haven't got a title card for Wolves West Ham for some reason. But Wolves West Ham, lads, how's that one going to go?
Close. That's a tough one, that.
I went 1-1 for that game.
Yeah.
I've gone 1-1.
Yeah, same.
I can't go 1-1 now, can I? Bloody hell.
But you did.
Wolves 2-1.
Wolves 2-1. Crippy, have you gone 1-1?
1-1. Again, another one where, West Ham need to buck their ideas up for Moyes' sake, but I don't know if they will.
No. Brentford, Bournemouth, the Battle of the Bees. And I have got this one as also 1-1.
Ooh.
And then I don't know what that's based on at all, but no, I went with 1-1. Liam?
Brentford 2-0.
Interesting one. Ivan Tony double.
Is he injured or something, or is he actually suspended now?
He's working at Collar now.
He played.
behind the
He
desk.
played. I swear he played for them. Because people, he's expected to play against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
No, because he missed the game against Liverpool. Yeah, he missed the Liverpool game.
West London Sport reported that he's set to play against Bournemouth. So take their word for it. We'll see.
What's your score for it then, Crippy?
2-1 Brentford.
Brentford. Andy?
On the basis that my lad told me on FIFA he packed him earlier and Tony's got a rule breakers card, ironically, I've gone for 2-0.
A what card?
A rule breakers card.
Brilliant.
Didn't even know that was a thing. Right, Chelsea Palace. For real this time, Andy?
2-1 to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Cool.
Same.
Crippy?
Yeah, same. 2-1
Liam?
Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. I've gone 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah.
Newcastle Fulham. This is a game that we absolutely have to win just to get our confidence back. So I've gone 2-0 to obviously Newcastle.
Same. I've gone 2-0 as well.
Crippy?
2-1.
Liam?
2-1 to who? 2-1 to who, Crippy?
Newcastle.
2-2. Mitrovic is going to come back and,
Haunt to the shit out of
imagine.
us.
Yeah. Fulham are good, aren't they? So, yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to be a pushover, that's for sure.
No.
Plus, the way things are going against Leicester tonight, I don't know how it's going to go. Finally, we have Spurs v Arsenal, the big one. Yeah, I'm sticking with what I've got for this. I've got 3-0 win for Arsenal. How have you got it, Crippy?
I'll be my typical boring stuff. 2-1 Arsenal. Keep it tight.
Yeah. Liam?
I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1, yeah. And Andy?
I went for some sort of Super Sunday madness. I've gone 3-2 to Arsenal.
I was thinking 3-2 at
five
first,
goals.
I don't know what, 3-1 then.
He has gone #frisky.
I have. Very frisky.
Just found out at the bottom of the list and I forgot all about it. All right, that's us done, I think, for this week.
Yeah.
We're going to bring it in under an hour, I think. Unless anyone's got anything else.
The other thing I want to add on is, why are Chelsea allowed to just break financial fair play rules?
Well, Chelsea,
Like, can
Barcelona
someone explain
as
that,
well.
please? It's ridiculous. It's absolute shambles. How much did they spend on Enzo Fernandez?
on who?
About Enzo Fernandez from Benfica. Supposed to be signing for what, 100 something mil, 85 mil?
ridiculous.
113 or something I saw the other day.
Well, let's just say 100 mil, yeah? They've already spent 340 so far. You're telling me that's not breaking financial fair play rules?
And it's not like they're going out and getting big sponsorship deals to offset it.
There's a sneaky way that they can not report. They can put that record in like the next financial year or something there. Because I remember, was it Sheffield Wednesday did it? I think Sheffield Wednesday did it, and they sold their stadium for cash or something, and they pushed it a year later, and they got in big trouble for it. But clubs do things like that.
Oh yeah, they're
To
all
break
trying
up
to
the
find
payment.
ways
So
around it.
yeah.
Derby did it with their stadium, didn't they? They sold it back to the owner for a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so naughty.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
I'll look into that one a bit more actually before next week. I think we should go into that one in detail.
Yeah,
FFP
have
has
it down
just
as a
a load of
topic.
horse shit.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
cover
We
that.
can barely spend a penny, and they're spending 350 mil already.
Yeah, and then you've got
I know they've
Barcelona
got
who
money.
are
but-
broke,
We'll do some
but still
digging.
signing players.
Well, that's the thing,
I
like,
can't
we've
get
got
my
money
head
as
around.
well, but because of financial fair play, we're not allowed to spend it. Same as
Yeah.
yous. Newcastle, like, you've got money.
Newcastle, we're terrified of it.
It's all about loaning money to
Absolutely.
yourself. That's where you get away with it. You get a
Yeah.
loan, chairman loan, and then it counts as income, doesn't it?
You just need to change the stadium name to like the Saudi Stadium or something like that. Yeah, all right.
I mean, we have been doing a lot of that lately, going around and getting all these big Saudi companies on board as sponsors and stuff. Naming rights to the stadium is on the table.
Of course.
So it's definitely something we're going to look into. Yeah, I think we should look more into FFP next week. It's a good one to
for sure.
bring up.
I just wanted to just chuck in. Did anybody watch the Leeds game on Sunday, the FA Cup game?
No.
Do you not see the red card for Cardiff?
No.
Yes, for the penalty.
Go online and have a look at that. What a save that was.
Yeah.
Oh, was it the handball thing? Yes. I did.
I did see that.
I watched the highlights,
Just quickly though, I don't ever think it's worth doing that because I say, they saved the penalty, but you now got sent off. And they lost the game as well, didn't they? So even it backfired.
Drew. Yeah, we missed the penalty. Yeah.
But just keep 11 on the pitch. You've got more of a chance of getting that goal back if you do. But I know sometimes it's instincts, isn't it? But it's like losing a player and conceding a penalty is such a big punishment rather than just conceding one goal, but then having all your players left on the pitch.
Yeah.
But players always make that gamble, don't they?
It's a great save, though. It was a great save.
Fantastic reflexes.
Yeah, it was. Sign him up.
Right then. Thank you everyone for watching. Jack for almost getting involved in the comments. If you're watching this after the fact, you know what to do. Click the likey buttons and the sharey things, and we will see you next week at 8 o'clock. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, lads.
Ta-ta.